some notes prepared, but I, in the rush to get out of the house this morning, went off and left them at home. I started with the company, as you know, about 7.5 years ago. And I came to the company with no sales experience whatsoever. I had sold makeup. Actually, Kevin was a long-term friend, and I got involved in his quick start business and invested in a bunch of makeup, and of course I ended up buying it all myself, so I guess maybe I could sell something to myself, but not to anybody else. Anyway, so I was really surprised when he did tell me that he was willing to give me the opportunity to come to the company and see what I could do. I was at a very difficult point in my life, had a lot of obstacles to overcome, had gone through a very bad divorce, and I was really scared. But for me, when I started, failure was simply not an option. And that's what I told Kevin. I have to make this work. Whatever it takes, I got to make it work. And you heard Jackie say, whatever it takes. When I first started, I had issues with my car, like Paula. I was actually renting a car, so I figured, well, gosh, I've got to make X amount of dollars just to be able to do this job. And in my first full month with the company, I made $5,000. So to me, that was a pretty big payday and pretty exciting. Yes, yes. Used to be. Anyway, what did I do when I first started? I can remember one of the things I did was I was in the office every morning. Meeting with Kevin. I was on conference calls. I can't underestimate the importance of the conference calls. I know everybody's busy. You have kids to get off to work, or to get off to school. Maybe work if you're lucky. Anyway, maybe you're going to school. So you have kids to send off to school, and but just if you can make the time to do it, you really, really need to do that. I was willing to go the extra mile. I worked on Saturdays. I worked on holidays. Whenever the customer was there, I was there, and that made all the difference in the world for me. If you're one of these people, you say, well, I only work, 9 to 4, and I'm sorry, I don't do Saturdays. I can't be there. It's Labor Day. I'm busy. And your customer's there, you're missing out on the sale. They're leaving money on the table, and that's your paycheck. So those were some of the things I did. I also had a very strong belief in our product. I knew that it worked. I believed in myself, but I also had a lot of people who believed in me as well. And some who didn't. I have to be real honest, not everybody did. But what I did was to draw on the strength of the people around me who did believe in me. It's very important to find someone who is willing to lift you up and support you. For me, that was Kevin and Roger. And so find someone who does believe in you. That makes a huge, huge difference. And it's funny, I was telling Kevin, I had an epiphany today. We were sitting here, we were doing the goal session, and I have a new team member, Beth. She's been with us for a few months. And she's a single mom like I was, and I was looking over her goals. And I saw some things on her goal sheet that were some of the same things that I faced when I came to the company. And it was really an awesome feeling because I looked at her and I said, Beth, I can help you with some of these. I've been there, I've done that. And for me, that was a lot of power and strength to know that I've come that far, that I was at that point, and I'm hoping I can help her down the road to bring her to where I've gotten. So that felt really good. But anyway, questions?
Well, you brought up a lot of some challenges when you started. And
yes.
Obviously she made money out of the gate very fast, okay, but she was willing to go above and beyond. She didn't question. She, whatever, I said, do this, she did it exactly, plus a little bit more.
I did, I used my mentor.
She asked, one time she said, well, nobody's ever mentioned doing this, but is it okay to work on Saturdays? And I was like, I'll have to check on that. I said, I'll get back with you just shortly, but I said, I definitely want to make sure it's okay first, And of course,
he made me wait for a while. I was really, really getting antsy.
We found out it's okay to work on Saturdays, and she was like, oh, that's good. That gives me a whole lot more time to accomplish my goals. And the point I'm making, though, is she was willing to go above and beyond. She didn't have sales experience. Some of the people that come in here, we have sales experience doing this or that. And some of us that helps us, some of us that hurts us or holds us back, because guess what? That's not how I used to do it over here. No. This is, we typically have a reason for doing it, how we do it. She said, you tell me what to do, and I will do it exactly. You know, she went to a challenging store that other people thought was challenging. And it's up here. She went to a store that a lot of people thought was challenging. And I said, look, here's what you got to do. You know, a lot of the people are going to have seen the thing, but here's how you deal with that. You know, if it's a corporate area, you know, you're going to have to walk into more doors to get to the people, but you can. You know, and different things, you know, it was very accurate, but it wasn't any of that, you know, you can't do it, it's a bad store, other people, you know, died, you know, pick up the 6 corpses that are, you know, on the ground along the path, you know. And she went up there and did the most that we'd ever done on that program. Because you didn't know you couldn't, did you?
Well, you told me every store was a good store, and I believed you. Whatever you told me was the truth. You said, do what I tell you. It's a good store. Okay, it's a good store. So.
And here's the point, though. The rep in the field with the mindset of I can do this, that is a good store. It's a beautiful store, isn't it?
It was awesome. I was just thrilled to have the opportunity. And I can tell you that I will forever be grateful to Kevin, first and foremost, and also to Roger for the opportunity to come here, and it's changed my life.